Hello friends, welcome to the third part of this OpenShift deployment series. So here we'll see how we can deploy a simple Spring Boot and Angular application. We'll be also deploying one MySQL. So let's see how we can do. Now in this section, we'll deploy the microservices. So this is one simple repository where one controller is there, and this is a private repository. So with how to pull the private repository in OpenShift, we'll see. The first thing we need to do is we need to create a secret. Okay, so we'll go to see user admin.ssh folder, and this is ssh keygen. Keygen is the command which will create a public key and a private key. Okay, and we can see these two files are being created. So these are the two files, since I have already created it and I have opened it here. Okay, and this is the private key and this is the public key. And let's go here in the repository setting, access key. So we'll create one access key, already created it. So here we have added this public key here, so which I have shown you here. This is the public key and this is the private key. So we need to add this public key here. Okay, and we need to save it. So next thing we need to do in the OpenShift is we need to create one secret with the public with the private key. So this is the private key. We'll copy paste it. We'll go there in under workload. I'm in administrator section, workload, secrets. We have to select source secret. So Java code, and this is the public key. Yes, this is the private key, sorry. Okay, so it is giving some error, invalid lowercase, spaces are not allowed, I guess. Yes, now it is being created, and now we'll deploy one microservice. So in administrator, first we have to create one project here, since I have already created a project name as auto, and we have to create a secret which is used to pull uh, Bitbucket codes. Okay, so this is the Java code which secret I have already created. So before installing a microservice, I have to install MySQL. So let's go to developer. Okay, we'll go to topology, add database, MySQL. So we have to select this one with persistent storage. Okay, we'll click here. Okay, 512 namespace OpenShift. Namespace will keep it as auto. Database service name, connection username will keep as Kuldeep user. Connection password is will keep. Okay, root password will database name as per this application sample. Okay, volume 1G. Okay, 8. We'll click on create. So it will start creating the MySQL instance. Okay, service it has created it, and let's switch to administrator. We'll see what all changes it has done. We'll go to storage, persistent volume claim. So persistent volume claim it has created, it is pending. It will take up some time and it will create it. Workload pods, it is not started it. MySQL, it will take up some time. Let's wait. It is still doing it. Now we will see how we can deploy MySQL instance. Select the project auto. So this we have already created it. Click on add. Go to developer catalog, database, MySQL. So we have to select this open with persistent storage. Okay. Instantiate template, auto, namespace, keep it OpenShift, service name MySQL, username we will select Kuldeep user, and we'll select the password, root user, root password, sorry, sample db. Okay, click on create. It will take up some time. Okay, we'll click on administrator, go to storage. Yes, so this persistent volume claim is being created. Automatically it has been created. Workload pods, yes, so it has already started it. We can go here. Yes, the pod is being running. We can click on terminal. MySQL -u -p. MySQL -u password. Let's see what happens. Yes, let's check again with the terminal. MySQL -u root. Yes. Okay, so we can see here the sample db has been created. At the time before we have seen instance was not ready, might be. Now let's switch to the database and add a sample table and a couple of records. Okay. Show tables. We can see nothing is there. So this is a customer table. Let's create it. Okay, and let's add these two records. Yes, we can see the table has been created and record has been inserted successfully. Now MySQL, we have seen it is ready. Now let's install the microservice. Click on add, import from git. Okay, click on clone, copy this. We have to select the SSH version. Advanced git option, git reference master branch. Context directory will not change anything. Source secret Java code which we have seen previously. Select the builder image. It will create a builder image. Java. We'll select Java 8. Application name MS2. Name we will give the MS2. Deployment config. Port is running on 9090. Okay, create a root. Click on create. So deployment created. Build pending. So we will see it will clone it. It will pull the image. It will finally create an image and finally it will deploy it. Okay. And we can see from the builds. So we'll see what all things it has created. First, build config. So it has created a build config. Okay. For that build, this is running already. Deployment config. So it has created a deployment config. Okay. And these are the two things it has created, and couple of secrets also it has created. MS2 build bucket webhook secrets it will create. Okay, so and let's go back and see whether deployment has been done or not. Okay, this is running. This is the root. Okay, so now we have seen that Springboot is ready. Now let's see what is the URL. So get record. Yes, we can see this microservice is working. So get all customer, what it will do is it will fetch the record from DB. Yes. So now our second microservice is ready, and which is interacting with MySQL. Now in the next section we'll see how to deploy the first microservice. Yeah, now we'll see how to deploy one more microservice. Okay, and it's also a small microservice where we'll see this microservice is interacting with the second microservice. So this is the example, this is the endpoint, and we will also see environment variable, how to set this environment variable. So this is the example spring.application.name. Okay, so this is the app name, how we can control this. Okay, we'll see like this. Source. Okay, so app name. So this is where we can set in the openshift. Okay, we'll see, and this is running on port 8080. Now let's quickly deploy it. Click on clone SSH. Okay, click on add. Master context directory will not change anything. Java code. This repository also I have configured the same public key. Builder image Java 8. Will create application like MS1 deployment config 8080. Create root. We'll click on create. It will take up some time, and it will be ready. Till that time we'll see the endpoint. Okay, this is the ping app name and test service. Okay, this is the service. Yes, it is downloading the artifacts. Yes, it will take up some time. Yes, it is ready, I guess. Yes, it is starting. Yes, ping. Yes, now the first microservice is also working. So we'll see app name, what it gives. Yes, so by default it is giving test. Okay, and then we'll see this last section, test service. Yes, first service and the response from second service. Okay, so we can see here the first service and product JSON. So this is the response from second service. So for first service and second service are integrated. We can see this URL also, get customers. Yes, this is also working. Okay, and now the two service. Here we can see there's two service and one Mysql. It is ready. Now we'll see how to set the environment variable. Now we'll see how to set an environment variable. Okay, so come to administrator, workload, deployment config, ms1. Okay, so in this section we have environment variable, so where we can set the environment. Okay, so there are various ways like a config map or secret. Okay, so let's create a secret, key value secret. So name of the variable is app name, so let's give the secret name as app name. So value as testing variable, app name. Yes, it has been created. Let's go back to deployment config, ms1. So we'll see this app name. By default it is coming as test environment, app name, select a key. This is the app name. Okay, we'll click on save. Okay, so what it will do is it will create a build. Yes, any change, it will create a build and it will deploy a separate container, separate pod. So we can see this we have successfully changed this like. Okay, from here now let's deploy Angular application. Okay, and this is a very small application where only home page is deployed, and it will be interacting with this ms1 service. Okay, let's copy this, click on add, master. We'll select the same secret, Docker file. So here we will select the Docker file because I have created a Docker file, and we can see this Docker file. It will be using the node npm install run build nginx, and this default this nginx, I have created a file, and let's select the Docker file. Path is this one. Create application frontend. Deployment config. Port is by default 80. Create root. It will take up some time to download the artifacts. Yes, we can see this build has been started. So we'll see now how to deploy Angular application. Click on add, import from Git, and click on sources, clone, select the master branch, select the SIEM secret code, click on Docker, give the path. So here I am deploying by Docker file. So let me show you the Docker file. This is the Docker file where I'm doing npm install run build nginx and copy and finally start. And this is the nginx conf file, so which is listing on port 8080. Okay, and let's deploy. Okay, Docker file application is create application frontend deployment config. Port is 8080. I have to select. Create root. Yes. Now it will take up some time, so because it will download the artifacts and it will do a Maven build and all, it will take up some time, so let me skip it. So after a while we can see this front-end application, this pod is running and this is the root, and we can see this Angular application is up and running. Yeah, so with this we completed the whole flow, Angular to Springboot application and Mysql. Now we can see that this Angular application is ready, the pod is running. So this is the root, and we'll see. So now this Angular application is running. So let's click on inspect and see. We'll click again. Yes, we can see these two URLs which is pointing to microservice 1 is working. So Angular is integrated with this one microservice 1. Okay, and this is a very small thing which we did front end, and source environment, and we can see this is the URL which has been set. So with this, all the flows, front end calling microservice 1, microservice 1 is calling microservice 2, and microservice 2 is interacting with MySQL. This flow is being completed. So in the next section we'll see the CI/CD part. It's like CI/CD is two ways we can do, either by Jenkins or by OpenShift pipelines. So first we'll see the OpenShift pipelines, and then in the next section we'll see with the Jenkins approach.